Hi, beautiful Aries. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Aries, we will dive right in and see what's going on for you. I've asked for the time frame of about a month from when I'm recording this, so sort of mid-September until mid-October for you. We're going to start with an overall energy here and then just go deeper and deeper into the message. And you're going to have plenty of time to figure out whether this is your reading or not, to whether you want to come with me into an extension of this reading. So let's see what's going on for you. It can be anything and everything. Put it where it resonates in your own life, whether it's love or career or health or situation. It's going to be mainly for the ascension process, awakening, your spiritual path, enlightenment, exactly. Pursue spiritual growth. Wow. And it got like it really, like this card really wanted to come out. I mean, every card that comes out is going to come out. But I just felt like this card I wouldn't have missed this one. I never miss a card, if that makes any sense. But like this card really wanted to get out there. Just take a look at this. I always call her Baba Ganoush, but it's not what she's called. And I never learn. Ganesh? No, I'm not even going to try to butcher that. So it's a lady with 4 arms. She's just the most gorgeous thing. She has it all. She has it all. And this card to me represents, I mean, it is an enlightenment card. Pursue spiritual growth. But you see the peacock there, resurrection, the white peacock, which is very much bringing new life into your life, resurrection, returning from the dead. The tiger, that speaks about strength for me. The elephants in the back is just a lot about wisdom. I also get a little bit about you never forget. Like the elephants has such a memory, they don't forget. So if they're sort of, they're in their elephant tribe and they're, we talk about animals being very in the moment. So once they've been through something, they let it go immediately, and they're very instinctual and just sort of living on a moment-to-moment basis, sort of trying to show us how to live. Elephants, if they have had an encounter with another elephant, or if they have lost a baby elephant, whatever, they will be more like humans. They will remember it. They have like a very humanized way of memory, in a sense, and there's something that wants to come through with that in a bit of like a little bit of an ancestral feeling. Like it can be something about remembering, like you never forget, which can be sort of detrimental sometimes, like to try to be a little bit more in the present moment and not hold so much truth to what has happened in the past. But there's another flip side to this also, that is like to try to start to remember. And I don't mean like remember what happened in childhood, or remember if something happened to your elephant baby, or something like that. I just get the remembering, and I've gotten this lately, probably for the collective and as for myself, to start to remember who you are. And then with the crown chakra that is open for eternity. So this is just pure beauty. So let's see what this is about. Going deeper into the message, we have a lot of abundance here. Building a gold castle, like a golden, building something really beautiful for yourself. Why is the enlightenment card here for Aries, please? It's like this is a little bit of an breakthrough. Aries has been quite. I feel like you've been struggling for a bit, like the past couple of months. The readings has been about like a little bit of struggle, having breakthrough, but still sort of coming from when's the real breakthrough going to take place? I even think I've had sort of titles saying finally a breakthrough, or I just feel you should never compare, but I'm going to completely compare. It feels like Aries has been. Well, that's not. It's your time. So why is the enlightenment card here for Aries, please? Triumph and success. We have patience and planning, and we have authority, which is very much my Taurus card. So we're starting with, we have 2 number 7 coming out, so that's just absolutely beautiful. Triumph number 7, patience and planning number 7, and the authority. I always struggle to say that, to pronounce it. Authority card. Number 4. So the fact that we have 2 number 7, that is just such an indicator that this is like on the 7th day he rested, the saying, on the 7th day he rested, like God created the world in 6 days, and on the 7th day he rested. Whether, whatever you want to do with that, but for me it just speaks about, okay, you've done enough. The triumph of this, like this enlightenment, this growth, this evolution of yourself, this resurrection, bringing, like infusing life into your life, not walking around like a dead zombie, but actually feeling quite alive in your life. We're coming to some sort of triumph here, to some sort of success. And I remember vaguely that perhaps you had this card in your last reading, or whether it could have been success card as well. But this triumph moving forward, great success here. You don't 277, like it's a situation where you have done enough work for you now to sort of start to see the labors of your work, like to start to see, I want to say it's like a mushroom popping up, or like the bamboo story is so fun and interesting. I never remember exactly how long it is, but I think from the moment you put the seed down in the ground from a bamboo, it's like you will see absolutely nothing. You will see no indication that the bamboo seed is in the ground. So if you don't know that somebody's put it there, there's no evidence of it being there. And then I think it sits for 5 years or something like it, even 8 years. I don't remember, but it's such a lengthy process before the bamboo tree, or bamboo, what do you call it? The bamboo itself is coming up over surface, like to start to show itself. And then, I probably butchered this again, but so that you get the idea, it's like, and then within the next 2 weeks of starting to 5 years of absolutely nothing, or 8 years of absolutely nothing, no sign, but the seed is down there. Once it's ready, it comes up above the surface, and within 2 weeks or something like it, it's not months, it's not years, within 2 weeks it has shot like I don't know how many meters up in the air it has shot, and then it grows ridiculous lengths each hour. So the story of that is like, you will see it, the feeling I get here, the enlightenment here, is that we've done something for 5 freaking years. You might have been at it, like you might have meditated for 5 years or 8 years. You might have had really wanted something or wished for something, like, for the love of God, can I just have this, or can we just see fruition happen here? And like for 5 or 8 years, nothing, not even like a little. Is that an indication? I think it's an indication. And it's like, nah, it wasn't an indication. I thought it was happening now, but it wasn't happening now. And now it's the time. Now it's like shooting up through the sky, and it's such rapid pace that I feel like it's going to be a little bit mind-blowing. So the 7-7 here also is like, there's nothing more to be done here than to just expect this triumph, to understand that it's a done deal. And then we have patience and planning. Like we have the sketch of it, we have the blueprint of it, and then to just let the seasons do its magic. Like we see the winter, spring, fall, summer, all seasons in there, before it's sort of on its own is going to sort of come into the reality. Like we go from sketch to reality, Let this, the triumph is a sure thing. The bamboo shot is going to come through the ground, and let the seasons do its job. Don't force anything. Don't try to speed something up. Don't. It's like being pissed in June that it's not winter. That's a really good analogy. I have to say. It's like being pissed in June that winter is not here. And that obviously just, we can all only apply that to the Northern Hemisphere, because in the Southern Hemisphere, winter is actually in June. So, but it's like trying to force a season to be something it's not. It's trying to force autumn to be summer, or summer to be winter, or whatever. And being really pissed that it's not here yet. I mean, we do get a little bit pissed. We're quite amazing that way. We do get a little bit pissed that it's like, maybe spring has been going on forever, or you know, whatever. And it's like, can summer just come already? Does it have to be this back and forth? And we're getting a little bit upset about it, which is quite astounding that we even, you know, let's just nature do its job and just sort of sit back and enjoy, because there's nothing really more that you can do than to just be patient about this seasoning, this change taking place, this seasons taking place, for it to now sort of become, it's like you put down the seed in the ground and there's nothing more for you to do than to just sort of tag along, and every once in a while you will feel an indicator to do something, then jump on board and do that. But there's no pushing for winter in June. It's just not. It's just let the season do its job here. And then planning is like, the planning for me is like, plan what you're gonna do with whatever this, like, moving forward with whatever this is. This is like this is the enlightenment cards. There's like a lot of wisdom that you've gained over the years. There's a lot of abundance that is just sort of sitting there waiting. The resurrection, the peacocks could be an indicator that there's a soulmate connection taking place as well. But this is like, enlightenment also is not something that we just, come on already, you don't go into a store and buy enlightenment. You know, it doesn't take place over an afternoon. That is also something that needs to, like, percolate. It just needs to, like, simmer and just, you awaken, the awakening process, the awakening progress, ascension. It's not a skip jump or jump skip. It's an ascension. It's an awakening. We're waking up. And so it's not a like that. And this is the same thing. It's like, whatever is going on for you as a result of your awakening process, or you becoming enlightened, like becoming more aware of your own being, it's a process. And you know that is a process. But then when it comes to, I want to manifest this, all of a sudden we have a timeline. We have like, this should happen in this time period. No, it shouldn't. It should happen exactly when it's supposed to happen. And then I get it. I'm gonna read out the book for that one. So let's see what that is about. Authority. Number 4, and I love this because we have the pillars there as well. Like, look at with 2 cards of, like, we have the blueprint, the sketch here, and then the realization of it, the material manifesting of it. And here we have the same thing. It's like we have the 2 pillars here in the back. They look to be more in the sketch stage. Could be a strong Libra influence. You could have had a strong Libra influence, but it can also be like justice returning, good karma returns. Like, you've been, whatever you send out, it's almost like having an investment in something, and investing. So there's a lot of, it's almost like exhaling over a period of 5 years, like it just exhaling, and now gets the inhale. It's a bad analogy because you would have been dead by then if you haven't inhaled during that time. But it's like you've invested in something for so long that it's more like an outpour for you. It's a giving process for you, and now it's time for the receiving end of that. There's something with the 2 pillars there. because it shows up twice. So let's see what this authority card. 4 is a heartfelt matter, laying a new foundation for yourself. This card represents the masculine qualities of leadership, logic, strength, wisdom, and power. Wow. Leadership, logic, strength, wisdom, and power. When this card emerges, it acts as a teaching tool. And in so doing, it is encouraging you to develop or reignite these qualities and tap into the masculine aspects of yourself. Other traits also included are good reasoning and problem-solving skills. Being grounded and learning to develop strong mental control over free reigning emotions. So this is, and I'm so into grounding lately. I mean, the reconnection with Mother Earth, to just literally, I mean, I've been talking about putting your feet in the grass for quite some time now, years and years, but the grounding lately has become, like, the reconnection with nature is so, I should do like a whole video on grounding, because the to just be out in nature, to just put your feet on the ground, to just really reconnect with Mother Earth is very important here. And as you do, you don't flail about. You don't, like, anything that's sort of a little bit out of balance is going to come immediately back into balance. There's something about, because this says staying grounded and learning to develop strong mental control over free reigning emotions. And I feel so much with the patience and planning, like, okay, if you don't immediately get what you want, Aries, is like this almost childlike response, or somebody said something and it's like a 5-year-old responding to this emotional response to, oh, they said that, over like being completely in wisdom, being completely in control, being completely in what it says here, a strong mental control to understand your own mind. And meditation and grounding probably is the two things that will get that stable foundation for you, to just, for anyone, meditation and grounding, to just feel the sensation of taking your shoes off and walking on the beach, or like being barefoot, walking in the grass. Just sit with that for a little bit. Just have the sensation of it. Your feet sort of touching the water or touching the sand underneath your feet, or walking in nature even. It's just a connection with Mother Earth will bring such clarity and bring such balance. And it will allow for you to have control over your mind, for sure. Okay, moving on. Oftentimes this card appears to symbolize a father figure or an individual of wise authority who may be present in your life. It could be someone of high influence in business, or a prudent friend who uses logic and reason to create a positive outcome. Ask yourself whether it's time to take on and emulate similar qualities. So there's something about it here saying, don't be so touchy-feely. Don't be so I'm the first person in the world, maybe not, but I am definitely top 10 to say, follow what feels right to you. Follow your emotion. Follow what resonates and intuitively the strongest feeling. Like, follow that. But there's something here about you've already laid the groundwork. Like, you already know where you're going. You already have like a clear path of, okay, this is who I am and this is what I want to achieve right now in my life. And there's something about choosing to be logical about it. If somebody tells you 1 + 1 = 2, it's not time for any reaction to that. It's just time to say, okay, cool. So you have tried this for 10 years, that you know that 1 + 1 = 2. Yeah, if you just follow this formula right now, 1 + 1 = 2, you'll get the result that you're looking for. You will have this blueprint is going to come into that manifestation. This is sort of a little bit saying, but then Aries will have like a 5-year-old's emotional reaction saying, well, I don't know if I want 1 + 1 to be 2. I might want to have like 4 + 4 = 8 in my own time. And it's like, it's not time for that now. It's like you've already done the work. You're only looking now to manifest, to get sort of your results in. We're waiting for the results. And one way of doing that is to maybe follow somebody that is like they have a higher position. And it can be in business. It can be in any other situation as well for you. But it can be in business. It says that in the book. A father figure, an individual, or a wise authority who may be present in your life. It could be someone of a high influence in business, or a prudent friend who uses logic and reason to create a positive outcome. Ask yourself whether it's time to take on and emulate similar qualities. There's something about just, you don't have to invent the wheel twice, is what I'm getting with this one. This is not an emotional decision. The emotional decision has already been made. That's why you're doing what you're doing. Just follow the logic right now. And even it's like somebody else tells you, like, this is what you should do now, to just do that. To not sort of, well, do I feel like doing it? Do I not feel like doing it? It's not an emotional choice because you already made the emotional choice to do whatever you're doing. So now they're just showing you the formula to get there. 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, I'm going to emulate that. I'm going to do exactly the same thing and it will take me there. Does that make sense? Now is when you must act like a leader and exert your will by incorporating form and structure into ideas, plans, and foundations. So structure and form. It's time to stop talking and act in order to achieve what you must. Use the qualities and character of the authority card so that when you need to make a choice, you approach it from a place of wisdom, rationality, logic, and grace, rather than one of foolishness, belligerence, greed, or self-centeredness. I know it might be a little bit harsh to take that one in, but this is, again, it's like, it's not about, there's something about, it's not about you right now, Aries. It's not about you. It's just about following the formula that has, like, why flail about? Why throw a tantrum that is not winter in June? Why put up a little bit of a 5-year-old's behavior saying, there's something about, like, I want to do this. I mean, he has his arms crossed. So it's a little bit of this, like, it's coming across as a wisdom authority guy, yes. But it's also like a 5-year-old says, well, you might have done that before, but I'm not going to do that. Why not? It works. It might work for you, but it might not work for me. It's like an emotional reaction, a little bit of egocentric reaction to something. And this, like, be honest with yourself. Is this what you're doing right now? Is this, it might not be what you're doing, but it's really emphasizing, like, follow the structure, follow logic. It's almost like, okay, I know today I'm going to do the dishes here. And I don't have a washing machine, so I'm doing my dishes by hand. And so I do the dishes. And is it fun? It could be. Do I really look forward to do the dishes? Not as much as I look forward to do other stuff. So it's like, okay, I have to do the dishes. It's like just go do the dishes. There's no emotional involvement in it. I don't need to spend like 10 minutes to even think about whether I should do the dishes or not. I know that I want to have a beautiful place. I know I want it to be clean. And therefore, there's no question. There's no conversation about whether I should do them or not. Just do them. There's something like that. Your approach is, and it takes quite the person to acknowledge that maybe maybe you have come from but maybe you have come from a little bit of a self-centeredness place. It takes quite the person to have that insight and to, because it's not fun to realize, yeah, it's a little bit self-centered. It should be good for you, but it should also be good for the community. How much do you do that also serves the community in whatever it is that you're doing? So there's something around those lines. The way in which you acquire, handle, and wield power and authority is now being tested. The way in which you acquire, handle, and wield power and authority is now being tested. So there's something going on here that is like, okay, this is so interesting. This is the enlightenment card. We're clarifying you're on this path to awaken. You're on this path to just really truly understand your real authentic power. And it's about getting out of the, understand me correctly here, the smaller person's mind and going into the greater mind and sort of step out of your self-centeredness and more into the collectiveness, what serves me, but also what serves all. Interesting. I might have lost everyone to come through the extended, because it's not that fun, I feel, to maybe have like a little bit of a, it feels a little bit like this today. Like, just do what you're told. Do you have to put up an emotional fight about it? Like, just do what you're told. And those words in itself probably makes you feel like, I'm not going to do what I'm told. Are you kidding me? I'm going to do what I want to do. But there's something about, yeah, the two pillars there and the blueprint coming into the manifestation. You're so freaking close to manifesting what it is that you want. You're so freaking close to the bamboo shots coming out up of the ground. And it's like you're just now learning how to deal with this energy, learning how to deal with a very, very high energy, powerful energy, leadership energy. It feels like it goes back and forth between you're the leader or somebody else is a leader. You're the leader and somebody else is the leader. I'm going to move this into the extension and see what else I can find here for you, going deeper into the message. So follow me there if you want to, if you feel like you resonate with this. If you don't, thank you so much for watching. Aries, I hope to see you back soon. Bye, guys.